going straight for B.
Wargaming Pay to Win is actually putting a lot of resources into securing A. So they're sending 4 ships towards A. So clearly taking control of A is part of their strategy. This is impressive. ALN took down OM. That can't be forgotten. So I'm actually interested in seeing how ALN will perform and what they will bring to the table. So the initial approach of Wargaming Pay to Win's tactic has worked out. They have managed to secure both A and C, and they have taken the early capture control.
The initial, what looked like an initial strong push towards A kind of stalled out a bit. Very, very passive from ALN.
Yeah, they're playing very safe, both of them. Neither team wants to... Well, it is the semis. Carrier is going into scout now.
Yeah, with scouting into a Des Moines.
Des Moines, yeah. If the Des Moines just parks behind the island, I don't really see how Wargaming Pay to Win can deal with this. Yeah, he's tearing that Hindenburg apart. Very slow, very passive game from both sides. But at this point, the score is almost equalized.
Wargaming Pay to Win has a slight advantage of health. Slight.
Oh, this Hindenburg Houses is getting a lot of pressure on him right now. Overall though, the points lead has actually flipped in ALN's favor. It's such a slow, methodical game.
Wargaming Pay to Win is now the team that has to make the moves.
Indeed, the ball is in their court.
There's the contest on A.
Yeah, I'm gonna see this gearing is about to reverse into B to contest it as well. They are taking such safe approaches. He's reversing as well as parking next to the islands. Even the gearing contest at A was right next to the islands. So as soon as he got spotted, he could just park behind. It's intelligent play, of course, no doubt. It's very intelligent play, but it's also extremely careful play.
DD Whack-A-Mole.
What a careful game.
If UFR was the Doom Snail, this is just the actual snail, the slow snail. Oh, that blind AP.
That was Battleship
that's
AP.
Painful.
I saw his health pool start disappearing just before he disappeared.
Oh no!
It's such a calm, methodical game. Though. Are these troops really going to catch the Montana? Are they undetected?
No, they've been detected, but he was moving so slow that.
What?
That's 2. Thankfully in the belt, but.
Yeah, still, I'm surprised. They just ran out next year. ALN, they need to find their gear now. They're leaving this way too close.
What we call the choking out the enemy team. This is more like cutting off the supply of oxygen to a locked room. Yeah. It's just slowly running out. And then
I mean...
the short, shallow breaths.
The problem is I'm watching ALN kind of sit there and they're not smashing the door in, they're not breaking the windows. They're kind of just sitting there and accepting it. This is absurd. They're not doing anything. 960 points. Where's the ALN aggression? Where's the ALN moves? What am I watching? What the hell are they doing? Did they forget how games are won? Well, what the hell was this? A couple more ticks and it's over.
Yeah.
What am I watching? They have so much health on their battleships. 70k. 70k on both of them. They got so many healthy ships. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't know. This is very...
After taking out OM, this is how they introduce themselves to the rest of the world. Like, this is their...
No kills were made the entire game.
Not a single kill.
This is a lost game where the losing team did not lose a single ship. My theory is still they're trying to break your curse proper. Like Omni might have been able to start breaking it, but they're trying to drive it home.
Oh, they're trying to shatter it?
Yep. 1 DD from ALN again.
Double DD from Wargaming Pay to Win again. As for Wargaming Pay to Win, Des Moines, Henry, Hinden, Moskva. So double radar this game. And we are already seeing the Moskva moving towards BC, whereas the Des Moines is moving towards A. In fact, they have a significant force heading towards A, sending 4 ships, and the other 5 appear to be sent towards BC. Oh, a lot of scouting being done. Both battleships spotted, both battleships moving towards BC, so that already tells Wargaming Pay to Win that they will probably have a pretty comfortable time at A. And the gearing is in fact charging directly for A as soon as they spot them now.
I just want to see something happen this match.
Yeah, I don't want to see ALN sit in spawn and lose the game again. That would be too absurd. Teams are kind of splitting off. They have the harassment ships, Henry and Zhao from ALN's side, and Henry and Moskva, surprisingly, from Wargaming Pay to Win's side. It's going to be an early Wargaming Pay to Win advantage.
Yep. Gearing and Des Moines from ALN making their way through the little strait between B and C.
Oh, they're
those
actually
islands.
pushing through there. Interesting. Wargaming Pay to Win was playing more aggressively, it would be a risky choke. But considering there's really no one that's able to shoot them or choke them out, they should be able to get through without issues. Kamikaze Sushi is harassing him from across the map. But once again though, we are in the familiar situation of Wargaming Pay to Win having a lead and ALN needing to do something about it.
Whoa, M. Brandis from ALN is down to 10k health. Surprising amount of damage being applied that early.
Indeed. And that bomber, that sneaky bomber in the north, keeping him spotted. Meanwhile, the gearing on B is probably going to be able to secure it, unless Ashwell actually contests. Nope, they're giving it up.
Where is the second gearing from Wargaming Pay to Win right now?
It's actually supporting the flanking push on the west side of A, which is, they're smoking up. I guess they really want some presence here, but I don't really know how important this presence is. Yeah. Meanwhile, the gearing is once again reversing to cap B.
Lock-in power taking a significant amount of chunking in the middle as well.
Oh, the carrier is going for the spot. Yeah, is the gearing going to leave or is he going to smoke? He's leaving. Didn't need to shoot.
Oh, battleship AP?
Oh, and that's another chunk. That is another chunk, and he's down to 11.6k.
Have a quick look at the health of the two teams.
Montana and Hinden are the two. And unlike ALN, I don't think Wargaming Pay to Win is just going to sit when they're behind on points. They're pushing up and they're contesting again. This three-man squad that's been harassing C has been doing so much work. Oh, the Des Moines gets chunked. Oh man, like they've been doing so much work just harassing and chunking these players. Even though they've been down one ship, they've literally been outnumbered by one ship the entire time. They have still put so much pressure and they've lost almost no health in return. So Masero Hauseus and Dehe, what's his name? Something like that, has been doing a ton of work. And at this point we got a 30-point lead in favor of ALN. The gearing keeps trying to contest B, but he keeps trading health to do it. And meanwhile, I gotta wonder what this two-man division, or this two-man group with the gearing and Hinden, what they are actually accomplishing on this far left flank, because I haven't seen them really do any damage to anyone, and I haven't really seen them put any pressure on anything. They're kind of just... feels like a waste of a gearing at this point. Still though, the points keep ticking in ALN's favor, but this push, the group that I was recommending, they are now pushing. They have caused so much damage that even though they are outnumbered, they feel confident pushing in. Des Moines gets spotted. Oh, shot from both flanks. See, this position was good until the push happened, because now he's being flanked. And now he's in huge trouble. Yeah, this is nasty for the Des Moines.
This is one dead Des Moines, it's not gonna happen.
He's getting some good Moskva, AP trade on the Moskva though. I think the Moskva might have maybe overextended. They could absolutely wreck the Moskva and save the Des Moines if he acts quickly. 830 points, but the Des Moines kill will equalize the score quite significantly. And the DD that's been hanging around A is finally showing up at B with full health, so he's probably going to be helping them secure B quite easily.
And there goes the Des Moines. When
Masaru's going to go down. I think Masaru's going to go down. They are too deep to disengage, I think. They're shooting randomly at every single target. I don't like that. They need to secure the kills, then go to the next one. 892 points in favor of ALN. Moskva sneaking in. This is risky though. Against the Hinden? He doesn't have too many options though. They're down so many points, he has to make a move.
Yeah. There it is.
No, the torps are gonna kill him. Nope, doesn't even get the torps off. No need. Wow, this is... It looked so good, but they got crushed.
I mean, this is still a flip-floppy match. The points are not that different. Sure, we're getting close to the end here, but
yeah, it's 3 minutes.
Well, with the dead Des Moines right here.
That's it. That's it. That's a huge. I don't think they can come back from this anymore.
No. Where's the second gearing?
He's now at A as well. I don't know why they keep sending so many resources to this part of A, considering there's been so little threat from ALN on this flank. I don't know why they keep dedicating so many resources.
The only
to
thing
this
they've
flank.
had there is like an Henri and a Zhao.
And Zhao hasn't even spent most of his time there. Torp though,
nice
also.
torps.
But like the Zhao kind of came and went, and he's not been that big of a part. That was really questionable use of resources with the Hinden and the gearing spending so much time on that flank. It is 1-1. This is, however, a best of 5 as it is the semi-final. Let's see. Des Moines, Hinden, Moskva. So Wargaming Pay to Win. Both teams are pretty much sticking with the tried and true. No modifications being done at all to either lineup.
So, ALN, Des Moines, Gearing, Hindenburg, Montana, Hindenburg towards A. That's a big chunk.
That's a
of their
big
team.
chunk.
And then Montana, again, of Lock-in Power is going to try to anchor the middle by the looks of things. And then they have the Zhao and the Henri moving up towards C.
Wargaming Pay to Win sending Gearing, Hinden, Des Moines, Montana. So they got Firepower, DD, Battleship, Radar, all being sent towards A. So that's indicating a pretty heavy commitment to fight them at A. So they're going to clash pretty heavily at A, seeing who will take the lead there. Only a Hindenburg so far moving towards C. It looks like a Montana is moving that way as well. Moskva is positioning to radar B, not surprisingly, because Moskva can of course cover the entire cap with the radar. And the gearing is, one of the gearings is reversing to cap B as well. So we'll see if this, so far the DD advantage has given Wargaming Pay to Win an early cap advantage every single game.
Here's the hoping to a little bit more oomph, a little bit more spark, a little bit more inner fire, you know?
Yeah, a little bit more kills and trades happening before the game is actually over.
Yeah, that would be nice.
A does fall into ALN hands though, but it looks like there's no contesting going on at C, so I would assume the Hindenburg will be able to cap C for Wargaming Pay to Win, and B has already fallen into Wargaming Pay to Win's hands.
He was moving towards C.
He actually ate one of the torps.
Oh, he did?
Yeah, he's down to 34k. That's surprising.
Oh. Is he flooded?
He's flooding.
What?
What? He's flooding and he's healing. From where?
What?
He's not even spotted. Wait, what? How did he
That's the Des Moines.
Yeah, he shot it from... He must have been somewhere from their spawn, undetected.
Yeah. No, the Des Moines was detected, but that was not a detonation. That was just a blast.
Yeah, that was no, I know. It was devastating, but from where? Because he's positioned behind the island. Like, there's only a small gap
I'm looking
here.
at the angle right now, but that's... I mean, I know the Des Moines is weak on the broadside, but that angle was...
That was such a
good shooting.
narrow angle. Damn. What an impressive shot. So that's where the battleship was. That was still a good 16-17 km volley that he blapped him with, straight through the narrowest angle. Huge play though, because their tool of dealing with the DD down south was with the aid of that radar.
Yeah.
And that radar just didn't we just ask that for more action in the early game? Wow. Yeah.
That just changes how they have to play.
That just
completely.
that basically threw a massive wrench right into their plans, and they are all abandoning A now. That pretty much secured A for ALN, and that's going to be a huge advantage because now ALN can play around this. They can push up to the islands, and they can get better positions for pushing into B as well. Wow, Carrier actually going through with the the torp spread doesn't look too bad. Lock-in Power is going to eat one torp, and it's probably going to be on the belt, so it's not going to be the end of the world. Meanwhile, though, the cap advantage is still in favor of Wargaming Pay to Win. Even though they lost the Des Moines early, they are still actually have the points lead now. They just gained the points lead. Meanwhile, though, the gearing from C is repositioning down to B to, I assume, contest, maybe camp it back, because they are losing B.
I did not expect that gearing to be able to get that cap for free. Oh, but they're capping A in return. Now that makes sense.
Oh yeah, because they only have one DD. That's what it always comes down to. They only have one DD. DD moves to B, this gearing goes in and caps. Oh, what?
Wait, what?
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 Gearing torps! That was a ton of... That was like 3-4 hits.
What the what?
That Zhao was undetected as well. I think those were RPF or just prediction torps. And the Zhao caught them straight up, right in his broadside, just as he came around the island. Holy crap. So both teams have now lost the cruiser in a pretty damn unconventional fashion.
Olsen, are you gonna dodge that? Torpedo was in the ship, but...
Are you implying there's desync in glorious spectator mode? How dare you. They do push him out of A though, which is really good because they maintain their cap advantage, and they need the cap advantage to make up the points they just lost from the Sound Death.
Yeah. And still, the advantage of Wargaming Pay to Win's 2 destroyers to the 1 from ALN is still significant.
Gearing is contesting B now.
The gearing from ALN is there to contest, but that's all they can do. And I think the Moscow is in radar range now, so...
But that means General Olsen will no doubt charge right into A to cap at the back.
Yep.
I can guarantee you... Yeah, they're doing exactly what I want them to do. The gearing is going to turn in, and he's going to go capture A in return. So this is kind of how you deal with one DD. You use your two DDs to pull him back and forth across the map, and at some point one of the caps will flip.
Well,
General Olsen was forced to smoke again, because I guess they're pushing in. They don't want to give up A for free. I think they're understanding now that if they don't push these guys completely out of A, they're always going to be threatening to go back and contest the cap. And it doesn't seem like much, but this constant contesting, this constant harassment stops their points gain. And at this point, Wargaming Pay to Win is actually a good 70 points ahead. Kamikaze is eating a lot of damage though.
AP onto Kami on the broadside.
You might be able to trade it on the Des Moines though. The Des Moines is spotted with 18k health. Torp bombers coming in, but gearing providing AA plus carrier support as well. They want the
volume of HE right now.
Yeah, they want him so bad. They're all focusing. They're throwing everything. They're even throwing the kitchen sink at him at this point. They want to secure this kill, because once this Montana dies, the cruisers get so much freedom down here. There's no battleship to threaten them, and if he goes down, he goes down. That just opened up the map for ALN. ALN can just aggro push their cruisers as far up as they want, and there's nothing they can really do about it now. Well, if you're the only DD, that's kind of what you have to do. Well,
Battleship
nose in against Battleship AP. I take back my words. Wargaming Pay to Win know that if they kill him or even force him out of the cap, they will flip the cap and they will regain the points lead, because they've just lost it by about 20 points.
A minute and a half, 2 minutes.
Oh, good hits from the Hindenburg. 5k health left on the gearing. The problem is, of course, they are shooting the Hindenburg that's shooting the gearing, so he can't just freely push in and farm. 3.6k health left on the gearing, but not a kill. Carrier coming in to spot again. Another spotting going in. Oh, 2.8k left.
Yeah.
I am really surprised Ashwell didn't push in and get rid of him. I guess he's afraid of the Montana AP, but... I mean, what?
Oh.
Okay.
Asaru from inside of the B cap catches
on the other side,
broadside in, and that changes everything. And we're down to 1 minute 40.
And now suddenly pushing this gearing doesn't matter anymore, because they need to push them. Because Wargaming Pay to Win now has the lead with 130 left, so it's the gearing and the rest of the team that needs to make a move. That one kill completely flipped it on its head. Mansero has been doing some good work with the battleship this game. Another AP volley in on the Hindenburg. Another big chunk. Ouch. That Montana is scary, and he's still full HP as well.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there's the shells over the island, and he's dead. 966 points. Oh, Battleship AP coming in. He didn't smoke up, he just stopped. Oh, mostly overpens.
Bit lucky there.
Mostly overpens. That was pretty fortunate.
Even if they kill the gearing, it doesn't matter.
And I mean, do you want to push this? Torping gearing. Uh-oh. Battleship AP.
And he lives.
And he lives. Almost holding my breath there. Almost holding my breath waiting for that last trade. But Wargaming Pay to Win. They are one game away from taking it now.
Alright, here we go. Wargaming Pay to Win. Will they take it, or will we see map number 5?
Indeed. Will we see ALN press it to map 5? Right. We have Wargaming Pay to... Whoa. Big changes in Wargaming Pay to Win setup. Holy moly. Well,
Minotaur.
Yeah, well...
Minotaur.
ALN is still keeping to their same old one radar. No, actually, both teams changing. ALN giving up the 1DD tactic and actually switching to 2DDs as well. So huge difference there. They're still running the one radar, but in return, Wargaming Pay to Win has given up their 2 radars and they're going triple Hindenburgs.
Right, ALN, Hindenburg, Montana gearing towards the A cap. Des Moines moving in to probably anchor the mid by that island with radar. And then Zhao gearing Henri and Montana, so double gearings. First match we see from them with 2 gearings instead of the
let's
one.
let's see how they play around it. Maybe will they be more aggressive, or I mean, usually you're more aggressive when you have multiple cruisers because you want the firepower advantage to come into play, and you play safer with the double DD because you want the capture advantage to come into play. And they just switched to a slightly more passive setup.
Ooh, good hit in the bow of the Des Moines there.
Early split off it looks like an AC tactic is the plan, the game plan for Wargaming Pay to Win. They're getting that Minotaur into that nasty position we saw in the game earlier, right next to the island, and the gearing is going to be going towards C. In return, the other gearing is going towards A with 2 Hindenburgs and a Montana backing him up.
The Des Moines might be in trouble here. If he reverses too much, he might open himself up to...
The thing is though, the Minotaur, if he's next to the island, he can't be hit, whereas the Des Moines is actively being shot at.
True.
So if they trade radars, the winner here is going to be the Minotaur, absolutely. Yeah, they're harassing from all over the map, just raining down.
Will this Montana AP land? Most of it went over.
They are getting a lot of raw damage on him. What, Carrier really going in for this? On a Des Moines? That's ambitious. No, he pulls back. He loses a squad instantly. That was extremely debatable. I mean, just because everyone else is shooting at the Des Moines.
The Montana is managing to get over here as well now.
Yeah, and he's on fire as well.
Yep, that's a dead Des Moines.
That's a dead Des Moines.
Because he manages to get the damage control. Fuck. 260 health.
Minotaur might radar him unless if they need it.
Right here.
No, there we go. In fact, the man who got the kill, like, he was literally on the other side of the map, and they were both able to crossfire him. So, a really well executed punishment of that position.
And with that Des Moines dead, they are now Wargaming Pay to Win pushing into secure B. That would be one of the gearings.
Ashwell is practically taking it for free. He's not trading any health. He's not
Drop on the
trading
gearing
any
here.
smokes. He's just...
No defensive AA available.
No, it's
Gonna be hit.
too close. Or... Oh, one hit.
That's a hit.
General Olsen has taken some damage, but then again, so is the gearing thanks to the tarp. Worth noting is also, I would say, I think the carrier from Wargaming Pay to Win has been overall performing better than the carrier from ALN. Gearing, General Olsen, trying to secure the A cap. They already have a lead, but the good thing about securing the A cap is it's the only cap ALN has, so not only are, even when contesting it, even if they don't get the cap, they're still stopping the points gain from ALN, and they're further increasing their lead just a little bit. Carrier spots the incoming gearing torp, so General Olsen can dodge them. Oh, Carrier going in for a drop against the Minotaur gearing. Well, I wish him the best. See, this is the kind of things questionable. Really questionable. Really questionable players. And in the meanwhile, A falls into Wargaming Pay to Win's hands, and the points lead at this point is 200 points in their favor. They have really struggled trying to get some sort of aggressive play going on the map. To be fair, part of it is of course also Wargaming's Pay to Win's excellent positioning and great firing and so forth. I mean, it's not like it's just easy to just push up against a team like this. It's incredibly hard. But ALN has really struggled to even get started on any sort of aggression. The gearing, one of the gearings, I was about to say the only gearing, but they are running double gearing now, is trying to contest B. He gets hit by what looks like Battleship AP. I don't know how much damage he took.
He's down to 15k.
Oh, radar them both. Whoa, and that gearing, well, that was a big chunk.
Yeah,
that was a significantly bigger chunk. Holy
that
crap.
I missed.
To be fair, they are getting presence around C. They're pushing back Wargaming Pay to Win. Problem is they're paying so heavily for it, and they are still pretty much half the points down, so it's a problem. Hakuryu is pushing extremely aggressively in, trying to make some use of his health pool. Basically, ALN are pulling out all the stops to try to stay in this game.
Carrier
so low
being dropped right now. That drop was probably anticipating defensive AA.
Yeah, it was dropped. 60 points to, oh boy.
Yeah, if it wasn't over before that, then it's definitely over now. There is very little they can do without a carrier.
Wargaming Pay to Win has looked extremely comfortable in these games. Like, it seems like if you get a lead against ALN, they really struggle to deal with that. They really struggle to deal with not having a lead of their own. And Wargaming Pay to Win obviously exploited this extremely well. They took the early leads, and they made ALN bleed whenever ALN tried to get anything back.
Alright, there it is. Wargaming Pay to Win takes it 3-1.
Very convincingly. Very convincing. This last, did they lose a ship this last game? No. The final deciding game, they didn't lose a single plane, and see, this is the kind of the story. The Minotaur shot down 48 planes. I was actually looking forward to see how many he was going to have. The carrier really didn't know how to deal with this Minotaur.
So, well, congratulations, Wargaming Pay to Win.
Indeed.
You be finalists now.
They are going to be our finals, who are going to be casted next week. Now we need to decide who is actually going to be facing them in the final. Is it going to be Omni, or is it going to be TWA?